Let's talk about Kanye West. I saw someone coming in here saying we need to pray for Kanye. I personally am going to save my prayers for more worthy people, but I do not stop anybody else from doing that. Cornelia says, please, world, help Kanye West. The woman appears like this because she thinks that she can. Please, Kanye West. That's how things go if you have money. Listen, Kanye controls that girl's wardrobe just like he controls all of his girls' wardrobe. We saw him throw out Kim's entire wardrobe, right, on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Let me go ahead and put this up. All of this is from the mind of Kanye West. He even told her he pushed her to take off this coat. She looked scared to do it, right? So let's talk about him and what he's got going on. Apparently, this Grammy red carpet stunt might have cost him a $20 million deal, according to the Mail Online. He's got investors in Japan, and they are so pissed off, saying, and I quote, the stunt was creepy beyond belief and has been greeted with horror in Japan. The source went on to say how Japan is having a cultural awakening in regard to women's rights and the Me Too movement, which is why investors are not pleased with him. What he did is, quote, being seen as an act of coercive control, which is utterly unacceptable. He's completely culturally misjudged Japan. So basically, they do not want to be associated with this level of extreme misogyny. You know what it is? Kanye has an extreme corn addiction, and it shows. And the fact that this girl is playing along with all of this nonsense, it makes me sad. It makes me so sad to see all these young, pretty girls do these things for these guys that are old enough to be their dads or at least their uncles or something like that, and these guys are not even attractive. And this is me going way off, but this is someone, and thank God she's divorced now. Do you guys know this girl? She used to go by Adrienne Shafiq on TikTok. I'm a diehard watcher of her. I've always loved her, but like every time, like when she was married to that man, anytime he'd pop on screen, I'd be like, girl, really? And it's not her fault, right? Because she came from a very troubled background, and she was only a teenager, like 17 years old, when she met this 50, 60-year-old or something like that, who was rich and whatnot. And, they got married and everything, and they were married for like 5 years, y'all. And she was living in a gilded cage. Ladies, do not trade your beauty and your youth for these people. They will not spoil you in a good way. They will control you like this. And if you get to spend money on anything, they have to approve it and this and that. And you'll rarely make it out better than you went in, because they will do their best to keep you from having any real access to money. Yeah, they'll buy you a fur coat. Yeah, they'll buy you a red bottom shoe or something like that. But what will you really have when all is said and done and they discard you? Not much, except just disgust when you look back at photos of how the hell you wasted your time, your looks on this. Oh, it makes me so damn sad. And yes, Kambule, just take a look at the child right here witnessing this foolery, right? So again, Kanye had some sort of a project that he was set to do in Japan, and now they're really, really turned off. They haven't officially pulled the plug, but they're not happy at all. The investors in Japan who are backing his concerts are extremely upset about this stunt, and they say that it's highly likely that they will pull the funding for the shows, you guys. Not good, but you know what? It's what he deserves. Now let's talk about it. So you see how there's a child there who obviously witnessed this. A lot of people, myself included, have been wondering, well, when is this woman and when is this man, when are they going to be charged or put on some sort of an offender list or an offender registry for repeatedly exposing people, unwilling participants, and at times children, to their nudity and their actual exploits, right? And so let me see, was it the LAPD? Yeah, the LAPD and the Los Angeles District Attorney's Office have responded to all of the people who have been calling in, writing in, telegramming, Morse coding to wonder when the charges are going to be filed against these people for indecent exposure at the very least, right? And they say that they have not, this was a private event, first of all, and the organizers of the event and the attendees of the event have not reached out to them with any kinds of complaint. And because of that, they are not able to move forward with criminal charges of any sort, which personally I call BS on, right? Because if you organize an event in your house and you're doing all sorts of weird things, right? And not everybody, it's an event where people are supposed to be clothed, right? And then someone turns up naked or something like that, and the police are aware of this, not by the people who are in there, but maybe they're walking by, and this is a public event. I think that they would probably arrest someone. But I think that in this case, because the person is rich and famous or whatever, they're just letting it slide, and I cannot stand that. Ramsey, yeah, they were invited because Kanye West was nominated for a Grammy Award, but they just wanted to come here, shock people, and bounce. And you know what? Great question, El Michelle. And what happened to, do y'all remember for the Met Gala how he tried to sabotage one of Kim Kardashian's dresses? She was about to wear a dress, and he's like, no, I don't want my wife walking around like that. Like, you are a married woman. You are pure. We've got children. And now look how he's got the new alleged wife walking around, right? And I agree with you, Go. Listen, I think that Bianca is biding her time, and eventually she is going to be singing like a canary about this man, as she should. Get ready for surviving Kanye West.